The preeminent writer on problem solving in mathematics is a man by the name of George Polya. And his first step in problem solving is very simple. It's understanding the problem. And what he means by that is, do you know the meanings of all the words in this problem? Do you know what's being asked? Do you know when you would be done? And a lot of people attack a problem without first making sure that they know what the problem is about.
So what is it you want to know? Maybe you have a transportation problem and not a lot of money.
I basically need something I can carry product in,
like a minivan, like
yeah,
1995,
something like that.
Chevrolet.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, cheap is.
Well, we do have something reasonable. I wouldn't call it cheap, but reasonable.
Understanding a community development problem may be a matter of identifying priorities.
And during urban renewal, which the residents here call urban removal, you can see we built a parking garage and some other things and really kind of took the heart and soul out of the community. You can't just do the commercial revitalization unless you do neighborhood revitalization. This is a neighborhood that, it's an inner city neighborhood, and it's a good neighborhood, very well organized, but they're lacking a lot of services. You'll find if you go on the other side of West Street, you'll pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a house. On this side, you'll probably pay $80,000.
When you see a word problem on a math test, read it through. What are you trying to find? A good strategy is to restate the question in your own words, then reread it to make sure you're asking the same question.
Sometimes you might have to take certain parts of it, a certain sentence, and maybe rephrase it or reword it. You know, ask yourself, you know, what are they really asking me here? Okay, what information is really given? And see if you can maybe think of a real-life application sometimes.
So you want to purchase a car, you want to take out a five-year loan, you want to put $500 down. The car you want to purchase there is that DX model, and it costs $10,975.
Be sure you have all the information you need to solve the problem, even if you have to dig for it.
You should read the statement from top to bottom. It will tell you what your minimum payment is. It will tell you what your balance is. It will tell you whether or not you incurred a late fee or an over-limit fee.
One of the things that people seem not to look at on credit card statements is not only what the minimum payment is, but how much interest are they charging you. In this case, if you pay just the minimum payment, the balance is going to go up every month and you'll never pay it off in this lifetime. Read the fine print. And if the print is too small for you to read, get a magnifying glass, because the smaller the print, the more important it is. It's in the fine print that they tell you things like how they're going to calculate the interest.
How many people just go along with whatever the bill says without ever challenging or saying, well, I mailed my payment in time for it to have been there. And if you feel that there's a late fee on there from last month that should not be on there, then call the customer service line. You have to become the aggressor. You just sit back and say, there's nothing I can do, and you don't know whether there's something you can do or not.
Locating what's necessary may mean ignoring what's unnecessary.
Now, it's very hard to read the fine print on this. It says APR financing on approved credit for 36 months is 4.9%, for 48 months, and 5.9% for 60 months.
So that's ours.
Exactly, that's ours.
Money decisions are important to all of us. When you're thinking about a big purchase, it's a good idea to figure out what you can afford.
My only advice in buying a car is to sit down before you go into a dealership and figure out what your expenses are and what can be left over for transportation expenses.
A lot of times people make financial choices not based on the smartest financial choice, but based on the easiest financial choice, because it's easy or quick or convenient.